With the release of Resident Evil Requiem being just under 2 weeks away, I wanted to give my opinion and rank all of the 8 mainline games in the franchise. Now, I've only been a fan of the series for a few months since October of last year, and I just grew to love the games so much, and for me, this is one of the best horror series of games ever. And I'll be ranking Resident Evil 2 Remake all the way to Resident Evil Village. And there's going to be a few categories I'll be looking at. Number 1, at its time of release, was it the pinnacle of video games? Number 2, scariness. From back then to now, doesn't matter. Will it still scare you? And number 3, is it just fun to play? Can you sit down and just watch the cutscenes, play the games, and have fun using amazing characters? Resident Evil 2, the first actual game in the series to receive a remake. In this game, we see the lives of Leon S. Kennedy and Claire Redfield as the virus in Raccoon City slowly spreads throughout. This game includes some of the features that are widely known as the best of Resident Evil to date, and also is one of the 2 sort of routes you could take in the new Resident Evil game. Now, this game has many ups, but for me and my friend, there were some downs. Firstly, the game was always throwing something at you, so you could never really catch a break, and this sort of exciting nature of it all is what makes it so good. And being able to play through 2 different stories that intertwine really helps, just increase the storytelling. Now, the villain of this game being the scientist that was infected, or Mr. X, very low-laid villains, but stays just low enough in the background to not bring down any of the story. Now, for me and my friend, who I played through all the games with, I felt like the only down of this game is that there's just so many puzzles that they threw at you constantly with all these locker codes, and for me, just puzzle after puzzle after puzzle, just, I don't know. It's not a perfect game, but it still is good. The next game that I'll be talking about is Resident Evil 3, the remake. Now, this game is the life of Jill Valentine and Carlos as a creature known as the Nemesis is sent after them to exterminate them. Now, this game also takes place at the same time as the second game, but for me, this game just tops everything the last one did and just made it better. Resident Evil 3's villain Nemesis is honestly just my favorite out of them all, because he's just no words, and it's almost like he's invincible with the amount of everything he takes, and it's just his mission to destroy Jill Valentine. Now, this game does conclude around the same time as Resident Evil 2 with the explosion of Raccoon City, and being one of the only survivors to ever escape being Jill and Carlos. The Resident Evil 4 remake takes place years after the Raccoon City accident and takes back up with Leon S. Kennedy. He has now become a professional secret government agent of the sort and will be making a lot of returns. He is the best character, though. This game takes place in another place completely than Raccoon City, since it exploded. And Leon is trying to find Ashley, someone who has been kidnapped by this cult-like group of people. In this game, Leon gets infected by the Las Plagas, and so is Ashley, and eventually they make it out, of course, and uninfected until we see in Resident Evil 9 that he's infected a different way. But this game has the the most gameplay, the most action, the least amount of puzzles, I think. And it's just, this game is out of its time. It's perfect. This game has it all. The story, the villains, the characters, just everything. This game is the best out of the whole series. And it includes the best joke of all the series that Leon makes at the start. That everyone's at bingo. Now, these next two games are not remade at all. And before I even talk about them, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to rank it right now. Resident Evil 5, through everything I played, through all of the entire series pretty much, I wanted to keep playing. Every game was spectacular. And then Resident Evil 5 got there. These three great games, these two perfected games, and this game right here. The reason why it's not in D is because Wesker's in it. Now, I'm not going to be showing any gameplay of 5 and 6 because, I don't know, they're a little bit outdated, and I felt like just talking here would be better. Resident Evil 5 takes over across the world, basically, with Chris Redfield and Sheva. These two are sent to retrieve things for the BSAA, and a bunch of things happen. Jill from the third game is under Wesker's control, but they free her, and Wesker dies to a volcano, and Wesker is the main villain. This game's everything is, for me, and I'm not putting it as low as others. It's pretty mid. Resident Evil 6. Now, this game I only played through Leon's part because I was afraid I wouldn't make it in time before Resident Evil Requiem came out, but that was not the case. And to me, just for Leon's part so far, it's okay. I think it goes in B. This game is just a bunch of different story. Like, it has Ada, Leon, Chris, and Jake, I think his name is. And this game, for me, basically just is an improvement of Resident Evil 5. But it doesn't have Wesker in it. So, I feel like the only thing that 5 does better than 6 is the villain. But even then, Wesker is drawn out poorly. Now, the two games that I just talked about were interesting to say the least. And it's big Resident Evil comeback after two games that were okay. Not so much 5. But I feel like this game is great. I don't know. I think I'll put Resident Evil Biohazard, Resident Evil 7 in S as well. Resident Evil 7, a sort of reboot to the franchise, completely changes the sort of Resident Evil look. First of all, it's the most scary game of all the franchise in the first half of its game, scaring me multiple times. Number 2, it's completely different people. You take place as Ethan and Mia Winters trying to escape the Baker's house and Evelyn. Now, this game introduces a lot of new mechanics, such as a new design of healing. The games are no longer in third person. It's now first person, so that the scare factor is increased by a whole lot. The group of villains, it's not just a few villains, one or two. It's the whole Baker family and Evelyn during the game. Now, this game's story, it's so much more unique than others. It implements mold instead of the T virus or any of the others. And this just the sort of twist is what makes this game so much better than than 5 and 6. It's just such a comeback. This conclusion of this game is it's a pretty long conclusion with Ethan. Well, first of all, his arm's gone, or not his arm, his hand's gone throughout the entire game already. And he has to fight this sort of mold monster, and somehow he lives. That the whole thing being like thrown in the air, it's pretty weird. This game is Ethan, Mia, and then at the end, a returning character, Chris Redfield, from the not so good 5th game, came back to sort of also get rebooted. And I don't know. Some people say that Chris's old like design and personality in the other games are better, but I like this new Chris more. It's just more, I don't know, more of a hero than other Chris. Now, for the final installment of the Resident Evil franchise, Resident Evil Village continues the journey of Ethan Winters as he completes his sort of journey. It starts off with Ethan getting raided by Chris. Then he takes his daughter and shoots his supposed wife, Mia, even though it's a trick, and that's the main villain, Mother Miranda. Now, during this game, it is not as scary and a little bit toned down than the others, but for me, this is the game I first watched on YouTube that sort of got me into the series, and that's why this one just is like a special place in my heart. Resident Evil 8 has everything, just like the second, and further deepens this bond with Ethan and his family. He's going through everything and anything just to get his daughter back. We learn that he has been dead for a long time, ever since he was taken by the Bakers, and he's basically made out of mold, and that's why he's able to survive so long. And he uses this to destroy the sort of mothership of mold, destroy Mother Miranda, and save Rose. But at the end of this game, Ethan does not make it, because if one dies, then he does too. And Chris is left with no Ethan, and I'm not sure if any of this has been impacted even more with anything, because I haven't seen much, but this game has everything as well in it. Now for Resident Evil Village. This game is great, has all the factors, isn't as scary as Resident Evil 7, but it's great. Now, I think just to make this tier list a little bit less S tier, I will put it at the top of above Resident Evil 2, just because for me it had such an impact, and it was so, I don't know, it's what got me and my friend into the series. Resident Evil is just a franchise with so much impact to it, and it's so exciting to see the community react to each new game from what I've seen. And Resident Evil 9, I put it here because I think it'll be better than all of these games. It has the best part of 4. It can be first person or third person, and it has that scare factor on Grace's side like 7. And these games just, I hope in a few weeks when this game comes out, it should be Game of the Year, and everyone loves it.